What's up, guys? It's your girl Felicia. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. Listen, it's time to take a chance on yourself. I'm telling you, it is. And shout out to everybody who is. Especially, let me give a shout out real quick to DoDash. Now, why am I bringing her up in this video? Because right now, she's all the rage, in terms of blowing up on YouTube and hitting the internet by storm. But there's also a learning lesson in her story as well, because, a lot of people are fascinated with her story, and I'll try to link one of her videos in the description. I think she's amazing, but there are some people who are just like polarized by the whole thing, which, you know, whatever floats your boat. But anyway, for me, listening to her story and listening to her get excited about the fact that her channel has finally been monetized after working 15, 16, 17, 18-hour days. I think that's one point on the board for why her story is inspirational, because we all know what that feels like to work an exorbitant amount of hours and then be like, wow, is anything left? Not only is any money left, do you have any energy left? Do you have any spirit left? So yeah, the fact that she was able to keep her joy throughout her try, that's another point on the board for inspiration. Being able to keep your joy during your try. Now, I think a lot of people were like up in arms because she had other channels and this and that and the other, and it seemed like this and it seemed like that. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you why some of those things don't matter to me. Look, whoever it matters to is fine. But one of the reasons why that doesn't matter to me is because if you're in your 50s, you've tried a bunch of things that probably didn't work. You probably started, stopped, started again, stopped again, started something else, until you finally figured out what actually worked. Which is why some of us are waking up in our 50s and saying, that's it. So I think for DoDash, in all of her various tries that didn't work, and her driving for DoorDash was a try as well, basically trying to pay her bills, keeping her lights on, keeping a roof over her head. So the fact that she would come on every single day and just be authentic, which is another point on the board for inspiration, which is another reason why her videos went viral, because she's showing her true authentic self. She's actually on the screen not being afraid to show people that she was not able to afford a cup of coffee, but now she can. And that resonates with people. Do you know how many people are out here right now in this here place, this beautiful place that we live in? Do you know how many people out here right now that want to just be able to afford a cup of coffee without feeling guilty about it, or without feeling like, that $5 or $6, which that's a whole nother subject, that $5 or $6 cup of coffee could have gone towards something else. So I think her story resonates with so many people because these are everyday struggles. These are everyday struggles that she is smiling through, and she's bringing her original quirky self, because if you watch her videos now, she's got a unique personality, which is amazing. That's what we want, right? Real. We want real, which is another point on the board for inspiration. So now all that other stuff, I don't know too much about that. Not really going to go into that because that has nothing to do with why I am doing this video. But I believe that one of the reasons why people are definitely hopping on board and maybe following her blueprint is because it's simply inspiring. Her story is inspiring. And if you ran across her story, it's not a coincidence. I happened to run across her story while I was laying in the bed fighting a health challenge. And now I'm back up and I'm fighting my way back. So yeah, I turn this camera on because I'm fighting my way back too, So I think that we just have to take the messages from that video that make sense for what we're doing. If you're struggling through a situation, keep pushing. The days are long, keep pushing. Doesn't look all that amazing, keep smiling, keep showing up. Keep being your brilliant, happy, quirky self in spite of. Why have your spirit drained? Everything else is already drained if you're working 16, 17, 18 hours a day, per her story, right? But why let that drain your spirit? So that's another lesson. Sure, it's draining your time and the money is not there and you're barely making ends meet. But she did not let it destroy her spirit, which, again, is another point on the board for inspiration. So for us out here in our 50s, what do we get? What do we get? What lessons do we pull? What gems do we pull? What nuggets do we pull out of this story? Keep pushing. Make sure your joy and your peace stays intact. The way things look today won't always look that way. You may look up one day and be like, where'd this $3,000 check come from? Because you showed up for yourself every single day. Another nugget to not ignore is you're never too old. And I hate to say the word old, but you're never too seasoned to reimagine. You can reimagine your life at any age and any stage. That's what this channel is about. This channel is about reimagining your life at any age and any stage, which is why I thought the DoDash topic was perfect, because that's what she's doing. She's reimagining her life, and ain't nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with figuring out how to not have to grind so hard. There is nothing wrong with waking up one day and realizing that you don't have to spend 18 hours in one day only to earn enough to buy a gallon of milk. These are amazing nuggets because we have the power. We have everything we need right in our hands, our creativity, our knowledge, our experiences, our fears, because we could talk about that. We could talk about all of the things that we started and stopped. We could talk about all of the things we started that failed. We could talk about all of the mistakes that we made. We could talk about how we mismanage our energy over time. We could talk about how all of those promising opportunities that we had in our 20s and our 30s and some in our 40s, and we looked up and we were 50 and it was like, oh shoot, now what? Right? So if that is the case, and if you are reimagining your life at this age and at this stage, no matter what it is, because there's no expiration date on deciding that you want to get out of the struggle. You can decide at any point, today is the day that I get out of the struggle. So with that being said, yes, we can reimagine our life at any age and at any stage, as long as we show up for ourselves each and every day. Put the best foot forward that we have each and every day. Give people the highest version of us each and every day. No matter what we've got going on in our lives, still show up that wonderful, quirky, different, eccentric, excited, happy for no reason person that you are. Show up each and every day and express joy and gratitude and be like, yeah, I worked 18 hours, worked my butt off, don't have a penny left, but thank you, God. I'm still here. I made it. I lived to fight another day. And you never know what getting in that thankful, receiving, gracious posture, you never know what that's going to do. You never know what that's going to do, combined with showing up for yourself every single day. Because here's the thing, what we do know is that if we take at least one step, God will take two. So shout out to DoDash with all of her success. The nuggets that I pulled out of her story, trust me, I'm putting them into use. So if you're somebody who's just coming across her story, take the nuggets from that story that makes sense for what you're doing, okay? If it's getting up and showing up for yourself every single day, if it's having joy in spite of what you're going through, if it's, just being faithful through the process, if it's reimagining your life at any age and at any stage, whatever it is, we're about to embrace it and get it done. Y'all, thank you so much for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you're doing right now to reimagine your life at this age, at this stage. Let me know what you think about the DoDash phenomenon. Let me know if you've checked out the video, what you think, what your thoughts are. This is not necessarily one of those things that we debate. It's just like, hey, you know what? It's possible. It's out there. You don't take everything, just literally, but you do take some of the things that you can use and say, we don't throw the entire baby out with the bathwater. We take the baby out. We nurture the baby. We swaddle the baby, and then we throw the bathwater out. So when it comes to that story or any other stories that you run across here on YouTube, you really just have to apply what makes sense and what resonates with your life and keep it pushing. But the bottom line is, show up for yourself every single day with that quirky, amazing, eccentric, happy for no reason that kind of pisses people off. And I kind of didn't go into that with her story, but I think maybe that's one of the things. Sometimes people just don't like quirky, happy, just happy for no reason people, which is really weird. That's weird, but they exist. So show up for yourself every day. Be quirky and weird, and just do all the things that you want to do for yourself. All right, it's your girl Felicia, and I'm out. Till the next video.